The next thing is the engagement. Now, the engagement in Islam is not the kind of engagement that the Catholics do. It's not where the sister got his phone number, she got his phone number, and they be calling each other back and forth, sitting on the phone 2 hours every night, or they meet at the coffee shop and so on. So that's not the kind of engagement in Islam. The engagement is that a promise has been made, and the two people are intended to marry. And they have made commitments, either themselves or they made commitments to the family, but they did not have the contract and they did not enter the ceremony. This is engagement. Now, in some places, engagement is allowed in a different way. In a different way. And that kind of engagement is really marriage. But what is it? It's when the two people come together, the dowry is transferred, the ceremony is done. Now the two people can be together, but it has been agreed upon by the man and the woman and the family, they will not consummate the marriage until she finishes school, or until he finishes school, or until some other things are done. Now this is another way of engagement, which they are really married, but they cannot have nikah. That means they will not enjoy themselves until it has been agreed upon by the other parties, the family. Now I'm giving you some considerations that you can look into your madhab, or you can look to your scholars, or you can look to yourselves, and you can see how these things work. Then you can go check on some scholars and websites and see if what I'm telling you is correct or not. Huh? Then there is the issue of the dowry, al-mahr. And if there's anything that is the most important thing in the marriage, it is the dowry. The dowry doesn't have to be stated, but it has to be there. If the dowry is not there, then the private parts of women is not lawful to you except through dowry and mahr. You cannot marry without mahr. You must have it. The Prophet said it could be an iron ring, it could be a mountain of gold. Of course, the sister, she asked for a mountain of gold, I don't know who she's going to marry. So maybe somewhere in between. I don't think too many of us are going to give somebody our daughter for an iron ring or for an ayat of Quran or for some dates. But we need to look at this situation and not make it difficult for these brothers and sisters to get married by setting up these excessive dowries, which usually is set up because the father of the bride, he wants his share. Now you can wait for your share, or you can wait to spend money on her, time on her, and effort on her, investment and so forth. So there's nothing wrong with that. Tell that young man to give her £1,000 a year. Because, I mean, if he's working, he's making $15,000 a year, give $1,000 to her. That's her money. It got nothing to do with nafqa. Not maintenance. He got to maintain her anyway. Give her £1,000 a year, there's £10,000. So she got it. But if you say give her $10,000 in the front because you want $5,000, you're making it difficult. Secondly, the ceremony should be easy. What's required for marriage? A very simple thing. Three things is in marriage. There's three shurut of the marriage. What are they? Huh? First one is that dowry, al-mahr. Number two, there should be witnesses. Number three, there should be ijaba and qubula. Asking, the request and the acceptance. Finally, after all that's been done, the Prophet said there is no marriage without enjoyment. Enjoyment. So two people get married, they can stay together for 5 years, but if there was no enjoyment, there is no marriage. So there's no convenient situation where people can come over here and say, I want to marry for a green card, yellow card, I don't know what kind of card they call it over here. You know, a man get married with a woman, and he don't have no intention to really marry her. He married her for convenience. There's no convenient marriages in Islam. The Prophet said, there is no deception in the marriage, and no joking about the marriage. If you marry, it's marriage. You should have the intent for that. Brothers and sisters, finally I just want to come down and mention to you that there are some problems and challenges that we put in front of ourselves that we got to deal with regarding marriage. One of them is the uncontrolled nafs. If you don't control your nafs, you will ruin the situation before you even get into it. Lower your gaze, guard your modesty, stay where you're supposed to be at. Brothers, don't be trying to give dawah to sisters, and sisters, don't be trying to give dawah to brothers. Stay where you're supposed to be at. Guard yourselves, obey Allah and obey His Messenger. Sisters, stay in your uniform. Brothers, lower your gaze, guard your modesty, and only be going into situations in which you have the right to go into. And be careful of these telephones and these computers. Because if you allow your daughters to be talked to by a brother, the brother is penetrating her ear. That's what he's doing. He's changing her mind, affecting her heart, and things are going through her body while he's talking to her. So they are having a conversation, and through that conversation, one of the stages of zina is taking place. And when the sisters are on that computer, talking in the chat rooms, they are also in khalwa. They are in a different type of khalwa because they are talking with someone they don't even know or see, and it's a dangerous situation. They could be talking to a freak. Somebody that track her where she's at, follow her, and rape her. She don't know who she's talking to. What's she doing on the computer like that? The other thing is cultural complications. Brothers and sisters, modify the culture. Bring Islam out. Put the culture down. Anytime your culture creates an obstacle in Islam, the culture is wrong. Forced marriages, there's no dalil where the Messenger of Allah ﷺ allowed, or the companions allowed, radiallahu anhum, or the tabi'een allowed, or the atba tabi'een allowed forced marriages. This is from the culture. It's not from Islam. Unjustified khula. Sisters who ask for khula simply because they don't like what the brothers say. So now she want to go out the back door. I want a khula. They don't find out about the word khula. So now the sister want khula. Deception and convenience. Brothers deceiving sisters, sisters deceiving brothers, and men marrying women from convenience. And people talking about mut'ah. All of a sudden, Sunni brothers and sisters, brothers, Sunni, all of a sudden they want to know, can we practice mut'ah? First of all, mut'ah was a permission. It was never marriage. It was a special permission. During Ghazwat al-Khaybar. And after Ghazwat al-Khaybar, it was abrogated. So it ain't no marriage. Because there was no divorce, there was no mahar. So there's no marriage. So it's not marriage. Umar ibn Khattab made that clear for us. But the only people who do it today claiming it is lawful is Shia. And we don't share with them their fiqh nor with their aqidah. But all of a sudden, you don't want to pay the dowry. You don't want the responsibility. You want to pay the nafka. And you want to lead a woman when you get ready, so there's no divorce. So all you really want to do is you just want to have a legal girlfriend. There ain't no legality. It is zina. And there ain't no right hand possess. There's no war, so you ain't taking nobody as no slave. So you ain't got no right, malakat aymanihim. You got a woman that's inside your house working for you, and you done somehow told her that she right hand possessed. You got nothing but a prostitute, and you are nothing but a pimp. Excessive dowries is another problem.